You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, team.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Hell's Kitchen After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Hell's Kitchen After Show. What's that, Gordon? That's right. Gordon Ramsay fans, Hell's Kitchen fans, this is where we convene after Hell's Kitchen. Season 12, 10 chefs compete. My name's Leo Quinones, and I am with you because I love seeing Gordon Ramsay trim the fat. We're down to 10. 10 he sent away, and there's down to just 10. And a guy on the show, officially, he scares me. He scares me to my core. He's got a roar like a bear. They invented graphics for him in the Fox post-editing process. When he screams, they put in lightning bolts, and it goes black and white. It's all Dr. Frankenstein. Literally, tonight, he posted on his Facebook page, "I'm just a simple, sexy man that knows how to cook well." You can hear the raspy voice. He's having an incredible night. The one, the only competing contestant, Chef Jason Zepaltas. Jason!
Yes, sir. How are you?
How was your viewing party tonight?
Oh, it was good like they always are. I mean, it's with a bunch of friends and a bunch of randoms, like people that just are like, I don't know them, they know me, so we all get together, have a good time, and just turn the volume up and try to comprehend over, the loudness of all us cheering and stuff. But tonight was a good one. I was actually able to hear most of the show and to know what was going on, because I probably have to rewatch them because it just gets too crazy.
Yeah. Are there Hell's Kitchen groupies, Jason?
Oh, there are some, but not enough yet. I'm going to get some more. There's always room for more. Always room for more.
A very exciting episode tonight. Let's break it down a little bit. Let's get into the challenge first and foremost. Are you comfortable hacking up a pig like that?
I have been a butcher before, and I was like, yeah, this is the simplest thing ever. God damn it, pissed me off so much. I was telling people, this is it, and I'm like, I don't understand how they did not know the simple primal cuts of a hog. It's like culinary 101. So it just goes to show, so these people just do not know what they're doing, and I don't know why they're there on the show, but I knew what I was doing, and I was not scared at all. I knew it was good as... This is just easy-peasy bullshit.
Wait a minute now. So in this challenge, it was you chose the pork belly, and you went head-to-head with Sandra. She didn't have any luck with her Asian pork dish. Tell me what you prepared.
What I did is, pork belly, I love.
Uh-huh.
And, most of the time, usually I braise it for a while and other stuff, smoke my... I was just saying, I just did a simple dish. It's a couple strips sliced, maybe a half-inch thick. A good hard sear, so you actually get a nice, firm, outside, crust on it.
Yep.
Without any burn, just beautiful caramelization. And then I did a little, Romesco sauce with some jalapenos, a whole lot of cilantro, parsley, and there's a couple of serranos I threw in there. It's a little kick in the sauce.
Yeah.
And then some watercress that was dressed with a little bit of honey and Moscato vinegar vinaigrette. And it kicked ass.
In 45 minutes, bro, what's it like to get a compliment from Gordon Ramsay?
Well, the compliment I got from Ramsay tonight was, that was pretty kick-ass. He's like, this is the best thing you've done here since I've been in Hell's Kitchen, which... You could say it, really, this is the best thing I've done here, but you know what? He knows what he's talking about, and I was just happy to please him. And I was happy to beat Sandra. I hate her. God, do I hate her. Everyone hated her. Everyone does. Like, she's, oh, I'm not even going to, like, oh, man, there was things on the show, like, where, like, she was dubbed the frog, and everyone would just make ribbit noises around her, and I don't know. She's a weirdo. I don't like her. I don't care who does it.
Are you that vocal when you're away from Hell's Kitchen on the line?
When I'm in the kitchen, there's a time and a place. And it's only until, like, when I see something that's on the line and they're starting to get behind, they go in the weeds, and it's like, I'll go there and, like, I'm right after back. I'm there to help them out and, like, you know, like, get them through.
Yeah.
But when they're just not performing the way they were performing the last time I was working with them, it's a huge disappointment. And I've been doing a little bit vocal, but I've also learned that putting someone down into a hole is not going to make them, be a superstar. So, like, I've learned, in my time that you can't always just be angry, but like, you got to be, like, angry and yet uplifting, like, find a way where you can, where they know it's not cool what they're doing, but I'm there and I got their back and I'm going to help them out, like, here's little steps, little tricks and stuff to help them out.
But let's go back a bit. The deliberations upstairs in the dorms, you and the blue team, the things that you say, Jason Zepaltas, you say things that are, seriously, to me, they're like fighting words. You're a dumbass. Okay, shut up. Okay, you're an ass. You are literally talking down and really scoring the verbal points here. Did you guys ever come close to fisticuffs up in the dorm or down in the kitchen?
Well, I mean, there's that one episode where me and Mike almost got into it, and I was just hoping. I was trying to bait him into, like, swinging at me so he'd get kicked off the show. But other than that, I mean, us, especially, like, doing, like, the guys right now, we all, like, that's what we're used to doing in the kitchen. Anyone that works in the kitchen, no one, like, says, like, oh, excuse me, please, I need to get by. I mean, it's all like, we're all rushing going fast. And it's like, shut up, you idiot, just get out of the way. And it's like, no problem, dude. Like,
shut up, you idiot.
Like, these words, the things I say in real life in the kitchen, no one takes personally at all.
Uh-huh.
And they say the same things back, and I accept it. Like, if I'm the way, like, it's just how it is. It's the nature of the business. Sometimes you're that stressed out, you get things done. I mean, people say things, but I mean, for the most part, I haven't met anyone that, like, cried. So
today,
I mean, everyone else knew the reason why I was, like, on their ass, the things they say. People knew that it's like, I'm trying to get production done. I'm trying to get it done well.
Well, in the start of, well, you know what? Let's get into this. Let's get into tonight's dinner service, or as Gordon Ramsay always says before, Jean-Philippe, open up Hell's Kitchen, let's go. And he does that, and then you kind of scooted Scott out of the way, and then you nailed out a couple of brilliant risottos, my man, to set you set the tone for the red team. You really did. Remember that moment?
Yeah. I actually remember watching that on TV, and Scott needs to get out of the way because in the past, he's just messed up a bunch of stuff. So I had to, I'm like, all right, I can do this. I have not messed this up. Chef loves, like, what I do here, so let's just keep this going. And you do, like, the other part of the business in the back here and make your salads. And, and I'm not trying to put anyone down, really. It's just, look, we're doing this, and we're not in the show. I'm going to do this well. I don't want to take a chance of having this getting fucked up. We need, like, the blue team needs to get, like, some momentum going.
Right.
We need to stay, like, going good, and we've obviously been having problems with that with the other members. So it's, look, if I'm on a stage with someone, and I know what I'm doing, let me do that.
Right.
You do the other part, and like you can worry about practicing another time, but not right now when we're in demand, like on the show, like. It's just, yeah.
You guys were doing
trying to do shit like he wasn't capable of doing.
You guys were doing everything out of sync. Gordon slams you in the back room. Get your shit together. So talk about the confusion in the blue team in tonight's service. It was all over the place, Jason.
Oh, yeah. I mean, tonight was, there was pros and cons, and, some of the biggest things were Anton. I'm sure you guys can tell from, like, when the show started, like, me and Anton kind of formed like like a small alliance because we were like me and him appeared to be the strongest cooks.
Mm-hmm.
So like me and him were like kind of together, but then all of a sudden I was surprised that I figured my anger would be the downfall of like me, but anytime they just took that over and it was like, ooh, we really can't have this guy on our team.
Right.
Like he's not paying attention to the kids that are being told. He's like messing things up. Like it was just too much, and it's just too narrow-minded, like focused in. And it's not even the right word. It's like, how do you know what his deal was? How do you know what his problem was? It was just, he just wasn't there.
Right on.
So,
right on. Well, listen, buddy.
He was just trying to be like cocky.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well,
never mind him.
We have 10 more to go. Listen, I want to have you back on the show because this is the official Hell's Kitchen After Show. And where can we find you on Twitter, buddy, or Facebook? Where can we find you easily?
On Facebook, it's just my name, Jason Zepaltas. But there are problems with like people finding me for some weird reason because I had to take down my like page a couple times in the past. And then Facebook said I couldn't use my name. So if you can't find me under Jason Zepaltas, this sounds retarded, but look under Granite Toble. Not Granite Table. I was looking at my table, and that's not Granite Table. Someone else had that name. Granite Toble. I don't know why, but some people find me under that name if they can't find me under Jason Zepaltas. My page is open, so like the public to read, but for some reason people just have issues finding me.
Well, listen, do you feel like do you feel like it's in the cards that you had a second shot? You had medical reasons you had to leave season 9, and here you are in season 12.
Don't get me started on that bullshit.
Oh,
that was bullshit.
Give it to me. Tell me.
I was fine. They thought I was breathing too heavily in my microphone, so they pulled me off to the side and said I was dehydrated. Then people say, like, oh, it's because I drank so much. I had like 3 little 60 glasses of champagne and a couple of beers. That is nothing. That's bullshit.
All right.
And they told me that, like, I'm not the first person they had to yank off the show for that. They took the contract, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean.
Well, you're back. And now it's, you know what? Let's skip to the very end real quick here. I want to get your take on the ceremony. So you had 4 chefs up there, or four contestants. You had Anton, Scott, Sandra, and Rochelle. What a mind-blowing moment that was with Gordon Ramsay. Were you expecting his decision on this episode?
Oh, no one was expecting what Ramsay did. Like, I was actually thinking, I'm like, shit. I'm like, all right, it's really one person from the blue, one person from the red, and I was like, ooh, like, Anton or Scott in the house, like, man, I'd much rather have Scott on the show than Anton. Like, we don't need that. And then he puts on the girls. The girls were like, no, we do not want him here at all. So, I mean, that was funny to see.
Let me ask you on the way out, because I love your big bear growl, and it's a very intimidating, guttural kind of a thing. Can you give us one, Jason, on the way out?
Well, I mean, like, I'm an old school metalhead, so, I'm used to, like, just, screaming and yelling for Slayer and, like, the bands I grew up with. So, like, if I were to do that, I'd probably blow out your speakers.
Try us out. Give us 5 seconds of Jason's roar. Do it.
All right, my neighbor's probably going to be angry right now.
Hey, will you come back on the Hell's Kitchen After Show?
Oh, yeah, brother.
All right, my man. Well, listen, continued fun. I believe that you and Richard are having the best viewing parties in the country for Hell's Kitchen. Keep it up, okay?
Awesome, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks for being on the show. Thanks a lot, Jason Zepaltas. All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon. Anyways, I'm telling you, that guy is a definite character. So with that said, you got to know this is the show that is always going to bring you the guests, the information, little things like this. How about Culinary Jesus? DeMarco? Well, DeMarco just got engaged. He's off Hell's Kitchen, but now he's off on a life path. So I just thought that you should know that because here he is right here, the Culinary Jesus. He's off the market. Sorry, ladies. So let's get into this. Again, the dinner service was absolutely a mess. The girls were having a really tough time. And then Anton and Scott were having this kind of really tough, confusing, finger pointing. Scott was trying to get in, and then all of a sudden there was Anton kind of screwing up. And I believe Anton is scheduled to be here on the after show next week. So if you want to hear his side of the story, Anton, I know you're watching this right now. So again, that was a lot of trouble there. And the red team, by the way, I'm saying this now, Sandra was having a really, really tough time. She's not a talker. She's on her own. And then really, it doesn't set the red team up for success because Sandra walks her food when Gordon says, let's go. Yep, let's get producer Steven. Abso-freaking-lutely. We're gonna bring on our next guest. And then we had some problems on the blue team. Gabriel bringing up ice cold mushrooms. So we got to find out the story on that. So again, it was a tough groove for the blue team. A really tough groove for the red team. Nobody can get any traction going here. And then, Sandra's sobbing salmon story. She's like, oh, I don't know how far that gets you in Hell's Kitchen. It really is weird. So no team won. And again, no one was eliminated in this absolute crazy ending of an episode of Hell's Kitchen. So I thought that was an original. And again, when Rochelle was up on the block pleading her case in 12 seasons and 10 episodes of watching Hell's Kitchen, I think, Leo, that she really did the best defense of any contestant. Why should you stay in Hell's Kitchen? And she went up there and she just laid out boom, 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 boom. Well, here's my thing about family, boom, boom, boom. And, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't hungry for it. So Rochelle, by the way, who's in Riverside about 90 minutes from here, she's going to be right back here on the Hell's Kitchen after show very, very soon. So again, when Gordon has to stop what he's doing, leave the hot plate, and then actually come out and help make salmon, that is not a good sign for the blue team. And he really had to help Scott. I'm wondering what's going on with Scott.
Jeff Markey on the line with Leo Quinones for the Hell's Kitchen After Show, AfterBuzz TV.
All right, here we go. Well, what's going on right now is Jason was great. It's great to have Jason on the show because he is, he's the bear. But again, I want to get another point of view. So out of the 10 chefs that are left competing, well, I have one more who's on the show from Texas. The guy lives and breathes food. You know that Jon Favreau's new movie, Chef, might have been patterned after the life of this guy, Michael Gabriel. Michael, are you there, my friend?
I am here. How are you, Leo? Man, what's going on?
Hey, man, last time we talked, it was like 17 or 18 or 19 chefs. Now we're down to 10 chefs, my brother. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It was a long road, man. It was hard work, too.
Yeah, I was talking with Jason just 5 minutes ago, and you two last week, I swear to God, if somebody, I told Jason this, if somebody would talk to me in the same tone that he talks to his teammates, like, you're a dumbass, shut the hell up. Those are fighting words. What kept you two from going to blows last week?
It's just.
He said he was trying to get you.
Talk.
I don't want to interrupt you. He said he was trying to get you to swing so you would be eliminated. Does that sound right?
Only a dumbass would try to get me to swing to make me to want to make me fight. Like, we're there to win $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
I would have ruined my chances and possibly his too.
Right.
I'm not about to waste my time punching you to ruin the chance to win $250,000. You're not worth it.
Well, tell me about what happened in the service tonight, because it was really bad. Not just blue team, red team, which, you could care less. You're worrying about the blue team and pushing out your dishes. Tell me about what happened in the blue team and where the confusion you thought came from.
Well, I think it did start with Scott. Scott's just a professional expediter, man. The guy talks. When it's time to come through, tonight, he came through with the ravioli, but I think that he started Anton and set Anton off. Anton couldn't get it. I mean, all he was doing was standing over the station. And after that, it was like once Anton started flipping out and the pressure started to crack from Chef Ramsay, it was downhill. It was just chaos, man. Everybody wanted to be out for themselves. Nobody wanted to listen anymore because it was just right there. It started arguing right at the jump of the service.
And when it goes bad, how bad is it, Gabriel?
When it goes bad, man, it goes bad, man. We were in the weeds from the beginning all the way to the end. Like, I mean, it was bad the whole entire time. We didn't. It was no light at all at the end of this tunnel. It was horrible. When
was the last time you got a talking down to outside of Hell's Kitchen, like Gordon, when he took you guys, the whole blue team, into the back room? He really dressed you all down, and it was quick.
It was real quick, you know. It was kind of like you know, when I was a kid and my mom used to send me to the corner. You know, it kind of felt like that. You know, it was a little embarrassing. Like we all. Our 5 grown-ass men have to get escorted into a little tiny cabinet room to talk about our problems when we need to be getting the service out.
What was the quarterback huddle there? Tell me about it again. Did they edit it? Was it longer or was it shorter?
No, it was about just that because it was just still on the stove. Like it was stuff still, you know, in the oven. So it was like, you know, we don't have time for this, man. You do this, you do that, move on this side, let's go. We don't have time to talk right now.
Again, now that there's only 10, why don't we talk about what happened? Let's go back to this pork challenge.
All right.
Well, let's take it back. That's your comfort zone, is it not, pig? Pork?
If it ain't swine, it ain't fine, Leo. If it ain't swine, it ain't fine. I'm telling you. That's the only way to go, man. Pork is the best, man. It's so versatile. You can do so many different things with pig.
Well, let's see. You had 45 minutes under Chef Ramsay's nose to create a stunning pork dish. You went with the spare ribs with apricot. Tell me about your dish because Ramsay really dug it.
Oh, man, I went straight pressure cooker. I knew that in that amount of time to get a rib to the point to where it needs to be perfect. I mean, melt in your mouth. Ooh. That was the only way that I was going to get it that way. And I already knew what I was going to do when I went for the ribs. So I figured, you know what? Pressure cooker, get my sauce right, make a real nice stock to, soak the ribs in, and go straight with a sweet glaze. I did an apricot and bourbon gastrique to go with that pork. Oh, man. Oh, it was lovely. Did you see that pig fall off of that bone?
Yeah, and he kept, with the fork, he said it was
he just kept flaking it. It was if you didn't know that it was rib, you think it was a fish.
And what's it like getting that sweet word of confidence and a compliment from Ramsay?
Oh, man, my heart is beating just talking about it. I cook pig all the time, and to get that compliment from him, I have to create some kind of apricot dish with a pig now. So I might have some kind of pork belly sliders with some kind of chili and apricot glaze on it. So just be prepared. It's coming, Leo. It's coming.
What about, take me inside the confessional. What's your strategy in there, Gabriel?
It's just to try to keep a cool head, at the same time, that's my time to vent. That's my time to release, everything that I cannot focus on in the kitchen, So I have to that's my therapy session.
Wow. And again, who are you plotting against at this point? Who do you want on the blue team or the red team out at this point with 10 chefs left? I know you want them all out, but who has a target on their back as far as you're concerned?
Right now, I would have to say it's either going to be Scott or Anton, but Scott for sure, because all Scott has done is talk. I mean, if you see it, all he's done is try to expedite. So
well, wait a minute.
Now, that's the one.
Scott seems like, when you say it like that, it seems to me like Scott may be up for elimination sooner than later. Who's your threat then?
Right now, I mean, my threat is probably going to be either Jason or Rich. I mean, Jason is doing well in the service. He had a good service tonight, so that he's definitely somebody that I need to look out for.
Yeah, absolutely. Jason won in the pork belly. You won with the spare ribs. Scott won on that one, and you guys were down 2-0 in this pork challenge. It was looking bleak to start, huh?
Yeah, it was looking rough. We thought that we'd be in a slump just like every other week. We thought we were already prepared for whatever penalty we had to do, because we had already lost pretty much every other challenge that was presented to Hell's Kitchen.
Right.
Every one of them went down the drain for us.
Well, then you got to do something that a lot of people don't do. You went to Universal City Walk here in Universal City, and you got to step inside the flying machine. How was that?
Oh my goodness! You talking about a rush, man? That picture when they have Marilyn Monroe's dress go up in the air.
A little different.
It feels like he just like floating, man.
When I see five guys with hairy nuts, floating in the air.
I know, man, but it's not exciting though.
I don't think Marilyn Monroe. I mean, stop it.
But you see that picture, you're like, oh man, that is just awesome, man. Like, oh man, come on, it's like one of the prettiest woman figures out there. You're like, oh my goodness. Yes, it's a woman, but I'm talking about the actual. I'm so excited right now. I don't even know how to explain it. That's how exciting it was, Leo.
Do you think Ralph Johnson got the short end of the stick last week?
Oh man, no. I honestly don't, man. They try to throw me under the bus, man. They try to throw me under. It was every man for themselves, and I didn't mess up at all. I had a call issue, but it was like, come on, man. Everybody. I had so many different chicken dishes. I don't know what happened that night, but I know that I wasn't the cause of you.
Right.
Going down. That wasn't my fault. You can't put that on me.
Yeah. So what happened was, if you go back to the beginning of this episode, when Ramsey comes to you and said, "Who are your nominees and why?" Your team was really pissed off at you, weren't they? I mean, when that ceremony was over, they were really upset with you, weren't they?
They were mad, but what do you want me to do? If any one of them would have went up, would they have said? Would they have put themselves in the hole in the fire? Especially if you were in that position. I was in a position where I really, if I thought that I needed to be up on the chopping block, if I thought that I needed to be in that situation, then I would have went up there. But I didn't need to be in that situation, and they tried to put me there, and I think that was some BS.
All right, well, let's get to the meat hook elimination ceremony. This is really something that kind of threw me for a loop. You have Anton and you have Scott up there, okay? The red team. You have Sandra and you have Rochelle. And what did you think of Rochelle's defense of herself in tonight's episode?
I was shocked, because if I knew it had went down like that, I would have flipped immediately and would have been like, before I went into the dead, a decision was made between this one and this one. I don't know where the hell my name even popped up at. And she didn't defend herself at all. Like, that was just like, let me go right now, please, because I don't even care that they just threw me under, and nothing at all.
I think she came across real classy with what she said. She didn't react too much, and she said, hey, this is why I'm here, and this is what I want to say. I thought she was very eloquent. So, okay, there's 4 people up there, and we're thinking 2 are going to go. Maybe 2 from the red, maybe 2 from the blue, or 1 from each. And then talk about Ramsey's decision. You were there. Take us back to that very, very moment when you're thinking 2 people are gone or 1 person's going to be gone, and then he kind of turns it on its ear. Tell me about it.
Man, when it's Rochelle, Sandra,
Anton and Scott.
And Anton. Yeah, and and I'm like, okay, somebody's going home for sure, because both teams had a horrible night. So I'm like, oh my goodness, man, who's it gonna be? We can't afford to lose anybody on our side. We've already been in the dirt. Like, we don't want to have any other guys go home. We want red team to go. So we're thinking Sandra, because it's been so much drama over there. We're thinking she's gone.
Right.
And if it was a guy, then for sure we're like, okay, well, so far Anton had a horrible service tonight, so then it would be him. But when Chef Ramsay's like, okay, nobody gets to go home.
Well,
and
no.
we're
Wait.
switching
Let's back up.
teams,
How about
everybody's mouth is dropped.
wait.
Everybody.
Before that, Gabriel, Anton, take off your jacket. Did you think for a split second that was it?
Oh, for sure. I thought he was walking out the door. I thought Anton was done. When he told him, I felt him leaving the building right immediately. And then when he told him to hold on, I was just like, oh, he's still in the game. He got one more chance.
Mm-hmm. And then he did the same
He got
thing to
one more
Scott.
chance.
Scott, same thing. Take off your jacket. Did you think he was gone?
You know, when he said it to Scott, I was like, man, finally the talking will calm down. But then I kind of said, and as soon as he said, hold on, it was like, dang, for a split second, I thought he was gone.
And then Sandra and Rochelle, same thing. So you have four of the contestants you're competing against standing before Ramsay in front of the firing squad, each holding their uniform. Take us to that moment.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, when they were holding I didn't know what was going on. You know, I've watched some of the episodes where he holds the chefs, but at first I thought everybody was leaving. I thought he was about to just make everybody go home because the service was so bad.
Right.
I didn't think that he wanted to keep anybody there. So I was just glad that I wasn't even up there at all.
Right. Keep going. Tell the story. This is it. This is why we're here. We want to hear your take on this nomination ceremony.
Honestly, I think that everything. I think somebody should have probably went home. I want people to get out of there. Every time somebody hits that block, I think somebody should have left. You know, it's like you hate to be up there, but when somebody's up there, it's just your chance to get closer to the win. It's your chance to get closer there. You know, so when everybody's up there, once it's done, what do? You know, what can you do besides go with what Chef Ramsay's saying? Everybody's on the edge. Everybody's next to me is like, what the hell just happened?
No. Here's what I want. Here's what I want, Gabriel. Sandra, who's all drama, like you said, and Rochelle.
Yes.
Gordon puts them on the blue team, but yet you can't speak. What are you thinking in that very moment when you see Sandra and you see Rochelle walking up?
I was just like, oh shit. That was the exact thing that went through my head because the whole entire time we've been there, the red team has been dogging Sandra like she doesn't communicate, she doesn't talk to you,
right.
she doesn't do anything,
right.
And you can hear the women on the other side going crazy. So you don't know that, you know, who it is. All you hear is yelling. So when I found out that it was Sandra and that we put, you know, Anton and Scott over there for her, I was like, oh man, like, come on, really? Really? Yeah, man, like, first the service, now this. Come on, this night couldn't get any worse.
Wait a minute. Up in the dorm life, are you the snorer? I'm trying to remember. Was Ralph blaming the snoring on you? Is that
no, that's me, man. You can call me Grizzly, man. That's what Ralph calls me.
The little pit bull calls you the big Grizzly.
Yeah, you know, he said that night, man. You know, he should call me Smokey because he said that night that I was chopping down logs, man. Like I was just cutting timber. He was pissed, man. He was so mad. He thought I just kept him up the whole entire night.
Oh my God, Gabriel, you got to come back on the show. Yeah. Would you come back again?
Man, I would come back anytime you guys will have me, man. I love being on the show with you guys.
Yeah, you know, it's fun for me because I'm a Hell's Kitchen fan, and I decided, you know, maybe AfterBuzz TV will hire me, and here I am talking to you, one of the 10 chefs competing, and I know your heart and soul's in it. Where can we find you, buddy? Anyone who's watching this video and on iTunes, it's in over 60 countries, man. So how do we find you, Michael Gabriel?
You can find me on Facebook at Chef Michael Gabriel. You can also find me on Twitter at Chef Gabriel, HK12.
All right.
And you can look up my website at chefmichaelgabriel.com.
And
you'll find all the links to me there.
And you're jet set. You get hired, you'll cook anywhere for anybody, correct?
Hey, let's do it. Right now, I'm opening up a food truck, BTG 670. It's Chamorro Food, Pacific Island. Whole pigs roasting on the truck. Check it out.
You have to go see Jon Favreau in Chef.
I already have my ticket. I'm getting my ticket this week. When we're planning on going this weekend to go see it because we want to support him, and my story kind of comes from that. So I want to see exactly how they put it out there.
I've seen it
All
twice,
the social
buddy.
media I've been doing. I'm opening up the food truck.
It's the same thing.
Awesome.
Your life parallels him in a striking way. I've seen the movie twice. I spoke to Favreau yesterday for an hour, and I'll send you a link to the interview. It's going to be on movieinterview.com. But again, it's right up your alley. And the food, very sexy. I'm just going to let you know that right now.
Oh my goodness, I cannot wait! I'm so excited. I wanna send him some information and let him see the style of food truck I'm doing. I want him to show the support. We're gonna tag him and everything. Once we go to the movie theater, I'm gonna try to bring the truck up there and everything. Like, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see the movie.
All right, I want you to send me some pictures. Chef Michael Gabriel, thank you. ChefMichaelGabriel.com. Come back on the Hell's Kitchen After Show, okay?
Thanks, Leo. I appreciate it.
I love you, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye. What a great guy. Chef Michael Gabriel. Again, this is what the after show was all about. And we really appreciate all of the great reviews on iTunes because, let's face it, for a Hell's Kitchen fan, this is really, I think, is as cool as it gets. iTunes is free, so we appreciate any kind of a review. That's fantastic and appreciated. And if you want to get a hold of me, it's really easy. The Jon Favreau interview, you can see it. It's coming up. I did it yesterday. It'll probably be up in a day or two. Go to movieinterview.com, movieinterview.com, and then my Twitter, at Movie Interview. Producer Steven, thank you so very much. I'll be back here next week with more Hell's Kitchen superstars. This is what we do. This is Hell's Kitchen AfterBuzz, and I'll see you later. So get out!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.